Hey, it's Matt. You'll notice that I'm not in my garage this morning. Finally got up early enough to come out and take a walk because I figured, what the hell good is all this equipment that I'm collecting if I don't go out and use it? So, I'm going to go out and take a little walk. I saw a lot of deer and a lot of turkeys on the way out. Maybe I'll see some deer, probably not. But you never know. So it rained real hard out here last night, so I got my fishing rod and I'm gonna see if I can catch some bass this time. So I'm gonna walk out to one of my old favorite hoodlum places. Stay with me. Alright, I'm out at one of my favorite places on the Bull Creek Wildlife Management area. It's not bad this morning. I'm going to try to start a fire and do a little coffee and do a little breakfast later. I don't know, it could be kind of tough because it rained real hard last night. I'm not going to do very much talking when I get back in the swamp because it's dead calm and it's perfectly silent and it's perfectly still. And I just want you to see just how quiet the swamp can be. And when you listen, you can hear a lot. So I'm going to go get some water, and I'm going to start, because I didn't bring any water with me. I was planning on getting it all out here today. So I'm going to go get some water and get that processing, and then I'll check back with you in a few minutes. I'm hunting a wabbit. Somebody's shooting. Hear a couple of shots. See me swinging my fishing rod in front of me to knock down the spider webs. Man, it is quiet out here. Wow. I'm gonna shut up. Man, I see water right there flowing. That's a really good sign. Let's see if there's any fishing. Oh, you guys, look at my fishing hole. It's full. This was dry a couple of weeks ago. This is full. It's overflowing. Holy mackerel. Oh my God. Right over there is where that gator was. This whole log was... Oh man, I'm gonna be fishing. I can't believe it. And the other side was dry. I'm so happy. Let's go check the other side. Oh, look at this. The creek is full to overflowing. Remember I showed you guys, as far as you could see this way was dry. Now look how much water it is. Oh my God. And look at the other side. This little side stream where I catch all kinds of bluegills was dry 2 weeks ago. Now look. And look at this side. It's unbelievable. I'm going to see if I can throw a few casts in there. So much water. Ooh. Man, that was a good bass. Luckily, I saw this when it was dry, so I know that it's really deep. So I'm going to throw a few more casts and see what I can get, and I'll show you, and I'll be back. Those little alligators are back out there. So I hope they leave me alone. You know, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where he is. I don't know if you can see him, but he's right there. See his head? That's about a 2-foot little baby alligator that saw me catch that fish, and now he's come over to ruin my fishing. And he's right under me. You know, there's enough room in this creek for everybody, so I'm going to throw a couple more around him, see if I can get him to go away. Alright, so that little gator wouldn't leave me alone, so I now had to move to a different bridge. So hopefully my luck will be better on this side. This one is almost black. purple. Woohoo! Oh, man, this one's... Sheesh. Let go. This one's as big as my hand. There's a million more to take his place. Okay, so came back to my other fishing spot, and now there's not one, but two little gators. So I think I'm going to throw a couple over here just to rile them up a little bit. You little mothers. Where's Mama? Alright, I got to make up some water. I got me a liter of water out of the well this time. You can see it's pretty cloudy. It kind of looks like milk. But hey, I treated it up with iodine and stuff, and now I'm going to run it through the sawyer and see what we can do. With the help of a little bit of my dollar store jute twine, we got a Sawyer gravity feed going. And it was already clean water, so I'm putting it right back in the treated water bottle to see how clear it gets. So here's a gravity feed. We set it, forget it. Now we're going to go get a fire going so we can cook up a little bit of breakfast. Alright, well, my Sawyer's cooking out over there. We're going to do one of these nice jute twine tinder bundles again. That worked out great. Man, everything's out pretty wet. It rained really hard last night. At least I caught some fish today. At least there's some water in the creek. Jeez, that was bordering on the serious. It was starting to get a little serious. I was gonna stay real quiet today, but I was so excited because we had some water. Now I gotta put my knife on my tinder so it doesn't blow away. I think I'm fine starting a fire today. Cook up one of my 4 favorite survival foods. You can't guess what it is. It's gonna be awesome. I don't need too much more of this. Rigging up a Sawyer with the gravity feed is really the way to go. I mean, it's so easy. You just leave it over there. And it's dripping on. Got about 1/4 of a bottle so far. And I'm thirsty. I was gonna start a fire. Well, I am gonna start a fire. And I'm gonna, I was gonna do some coffee, but it's so hot. Do no coffee. And what you can't see is I got my shirt off because it's so hot. And I'm sparing you that part, at least. I might give you a glimpse of my manly physique. I'm sure somebody like Manland would be proud of my Manland type physique. How Manland's doing? I haven't heard from him in a while. I know he was having some problems, but I hope he's doing okay. So Manland, if you hear this, drop me a message on this video. Tell me how you're doing. Alright, here's my tinder bundle. Let's see what we got going. Alright, let's see if we can do this with our jute twine again. Apparently so. Yeah, jute twine fire starter. Look at that. Alright, we got some really wet wood, but I think in a few minutes when that dries out, we'll be cooking. Well, that was kind of tough. Rained hard last night, so you know you got to get dry wood that's hanging off of the tree and not on the ground. But looks like it's going enough, and it's pretty hot enough to cook my favorite survival food. You guessed it, weenie on a stick. Oh yeah, it's hot enough for this weenie. Weenie on a palmetto stick. Sunday morning coming down. Look at that weenie cooking. I just have to not drop it in the fire. Pretty hot. Got a couple of ashes, but that ain't gonna hurt your weenie. Little flame broil on my weenie. I think I'm pretty safe starting fire today since it just rained that hard tomorrow. Plus this isn't really a giant campfire, so I am gonna cook my weenies and then I will be right back with you. Alright, I apologize for being shirtless, but it's hot out here as I sip my well water. It's actually not bad. And we got Sunday morning coming down. Weenies. That's a good Sunday morning breakfast and well water. So nice and quiet out here this morning. The only thing that can hear is the buzz of the mosquitoes around me, but you know, surprisingly, the flies and mosquitoes, I got my shirt off and they're not biting me at all. You know, I got a little bit of a rant, but I think that I use my makeshift fort. A little bit of a rant, but I think that I'm allowed. So I adjusted my channel name a little bit from FloridaBoy Survival to FloridaBoy Bushcraft and Survival. I did that for a reason. There's another guy over in South Central Florida who put up the channel name FloridaBoy Survival with no space between FloridaBoy and Survival. And you know, he replied to my channel on something, and I sent him a message back and said, hey, you know, good choice of channel name. You know, why didn't you check? And he just laughed and said, oh wow, that's cool, what a coincidence, I wonder who was first. You know, his channel goes back 6 months, my channel goes back a couple of years, so obviously I was first. But you know, people just hijacking channel names. I mean, I don't do this for any recognition. I don't do this certainly to make any money off of YouTube, because I think all of my YouTube money built up so far is equal to $17, which doesn't even buy the gas to come out here. I do this because it's fun, and I like to show y'all what I do in Central Florida. But if you're going to make a channel and go out in the woods and put videos up, by all means, more power to you. Just get some creativity in your name and don't hijack somebody else's channel name. You know, it takes me a lot of time to come out here and do these and cook my hot dogs, which are excellent, by the way. Ballpark bun length beef franks. You know, that's why I like it better out in the woods sometimes than I like it in town. So I'm gonna eat my little Sunday morning breakfast. That's my rant for the day. I hope you all liked my little trip out here. There was some nice water in the creek. I caught a few nice fish. the stupid little baby alligators are kind of thick in there. So you know, really kind of pissed me off because they kind of wouldn't let me fish. But yeah, I got enough done. I'm just happy that there's some water flowing through the swamp again. You know, you could stay out here indefinitely. There's an indefinite supply of water there to get now. The water's flowing. The well over here is repaired. There's nice clean rainwater flowing through the swamp. Actually, this water would have been better if I would have done rainwater. I just wanted to see how it was out of the well. So I filtered it a couple of times through the Sawyer, and it's fine. I mean, it's nice and crystal clear. It tastes great. So I'm going to sit out here and play around. Then I'm going to walk back, get in the truck. I used a lot of the stuff that I've been reviewing. I used my my M1425 holster today, hip leg extender for my holster, and it worked perfectly. I mean, you can't even feel the gun. I used my two new Condor GP pouches, and they're incredibly awesome. I used my dollar store jute twine to start the fire with my jute twine trick. I used my Sawyer Mini. I used a lot of stuff, and you know, I'm always going to use my number one. I'm always going to use that. So I'm going to finish eating this hot dog, and I'm going to let y'all go back to what you were doing on Sunday morning. So until next time, this is Matt from FloridaBoy, Bushcraft and Survival. I will see you on the trail.